Good morning everyone, I'm Yun Trần. In my video today, I would like to report on a very hot topic, education in Vietnam. I have 5 facts would like to mention on this video. Part 1. Have you ever heard about the view that Vietnamese education is a rote learning have-clone Alice? Rote learning, a traditional education method that emphasizes memorization and repetition, is common in Vietnam, especially in math and science. The education system in Vietnam values academic achievement and standardized tests, contributing to the prevalence of rote learning. However, there have been a recent effort to promote more student-centered approach and develop critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills. The Vietnamese government had initiated various reforms to address the elimination of rote learning. Part 2. How do you understand about rote learning in Vietnam? Firstly, let's talk about the definition and characteristics. The education system in Vietnam places a high value on academic achievement and standardized test performance, which contribute to the prevalence of rote learning. Students are expected to memorize information rather than think critically or creatively about it, leading to a lack of understanding of underlying concepts and limitation in applying knowledge. Rote learning involves repeating information until it is committed to memory, with necessary understanding the meaning of content behind it. But it is an efficient method of learning basic information and building a foundation of knowledge. Secondly, I would like to compare the Vietnamese education system with other education systems. The Vietnamese education system has its unique characteristics and approaches to learning and assessment that differ from other educational systems. One major difference is the emphasis on rote learning, which focuses on memorization rather than critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Another difference is the high values placed on academic achievement and standardized test performance, which can create a competitive and stressful learning environment. The structure and organization of the Vietnam education system also differ, such as a shorter primary education and a greater emphasis on specialized vocational training programs in higher education. Part 3. The effects of rote learning on education in Vietnam. On the first point, is a limit developed and of critical thinking and creativity. The education system in Vietnam has historically focused on rote learning and memorization, which can limit the development of critical thinking and creativity. However, the Vietnam government had recognized the importance of these skills and is implementing reform aimed at promoting more student-centered learning and critical thinking. Efforts to encourage project-based learning and other methods that encourage creativity and problem-solving skills are also underway. Third, while there have been limitations in the past, there are ongoing efforts to encourage a more holistic approach to education in Vietnam. In addition, lack of diversity in education. The education system in Vietnam lacks diversity in terms of curriculum and teaching methods, with a strong emphasis on academic achievement and standardized testings. The primary and secondary education curriculums is heavily focused on math, science, and language subjects, with little emphasis on arts, music, and physical education. The teacher methods rely heavily on rote learning and memorization, which can result in a lack of encouragement and motivation among students. However, efforts are being made to promote greater diversities in education, such as introducing project-based learning and hands-on activities and promoting greater cultural diversities, including in education. Part 4, I would like to discuss about how to restore the education system in Vietnam. Firstly, I would like to talk about the importance of innovation and creativity. The importance of innovation and creativity in the education system in Vietnam to prepare students for rapidly changing world, the tri-economic roles, and lead to a more engaged and motivated student body. An example of promoting innovation and creativity in education in Vietnam is the Vietnamese Silicon Valley Rote, which aim to develop a startup ecosystem by providing training, mentorship, and funding opportunities for young generation. This project helps to foster a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship among young people and contribute to the development of Vietnam economy. Besides, there are some examples of successful education reform. The first country is Finland. Finland is widely regarded as having one of the best education systems in the world. Its education reform have focused on reducing standardized testing and promoting more student-centered learning, with an emphasis on creative and critical thinking. Finland also has a highly qualified and well-trained teaching workforce, and its teachers are given a great deal of autonomy in the classroom. Another nation is Singapore. Singapore has implemented a number of education reforms aimed at improving the qualities of its education system. They include a focus on science, technologies, engineering, and math. Its STEM education, as well as the development of critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Singapore also places a strong emphasis on teacher training and professional development. Finally, according to Mr. Vũ Ngọc Hoàng, chairman of the Association of Universities, there are 5 steps to achieve breakthroughs in education in Vietnam. Here are 5 steps that can be taken into consideration. In step 1, increase funding for education. Enough funding is essential to improve qualities of education in Vietnam. The government can increase its investment in education to improve infrastructure, equipment, and teacher training. In step 2, reform the curriculum. The curriculum is focused on academic achievement and standardized testing. A more student-centered approach with focus on creativity and critical thinking should be adopted. In step 3, promote innovation teaching methods. Innovation teaching methods such as project-based learning can foster creativity and critical thinking in students. Teachers should be encouraged to incorporate the methods into their teaching. And step 4, foster partnership. Collaboration between school, universities, and business can lead to new opportunities and innovation approaches to education. Partnership can help to break the gap between education and industry and prepare students for the workplace. In the final step, focus on equities, ensuring that all students have access to quality education is crucial. Efforts should be made to address inequalities in education, such as disparities in resources and opportunities between urban and rural areas. And I think by taking these steps, Vietnamese can achieve breakthrough and in education prepare its students for a rapidly changing world. In conclusion, although the current learning methods would be beneficial for many reasons, rote learning is holding back the development of critical thinking and creative problem-solving skill in Vietnam students. Therefore, I think we should combine rote learning with other teaching methods to create a breakthrough in education for the next generation.